What's good? What's up? Talk to me nice. Talk to me nice. Period. Talk to me nice or don't talk to me at all. Word to your mom. Word to your mummy. Um, hey, what's up? How are you today? Same. Um, I don't really know how you start these things off, but welcome to the YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, right? My name is Etene Holloway, aka Slim, aka Word, aka Slim the Wordsmith, whatever you wanna do, whatever you wanna say, right? Um, yeah, this is my YouTube page. There's no real direction on it yet. There's no real whatever. But let me tell you what it does have. Let me tell you what it does have. It has truth, it has soul, it has rawness, it has good vibes, like good vibrations, good spirit on it, you know. Um, and so why I decided to create this page, make this video and post it is just so to document growth. I'm currently 23 years old in the year 2023, and I'm out here in the city like I've never lived in before, meeting people I've never met before, working a job I've never worked in my life, like doing things that I've never done for the first time. And there's a lot of experience here where I'm at, where God has me. And I think that it's important to document these things. So this serves as documentation of growth, documentation of a journey. Yeah, that's what it is. It also is in part like a piece of a social experiment. Like I genuinely want to see how consistent I can be with this thing, even though there's no specific schedule or specific theme or anything like that, how consistent I can be with something I say that I want to do, as well as how growth can occur, how something can grow and develop over time without putting too much pressure on it, right? Like I want this to serve as an area where I can be creative and expressive without putting too much expectation on myself, because it's so easy to like restrict yourself from doing something because it's not up to par with the content that you want to put out quite yet. Like it's not 4K HD. I'm not speaking into a whatever type of mic it is that produces great audio, you know. Yeah, I just want to see where this goes with no pubbing of it, no publicity, just me being raw and real with myself and putting it up and putting it out there, right? So yeah, that's the intention of this. The intention is just to document growth in all aspects. My spiritual growth in my Christian walk, my faith growth in my Christian walk, the growth and maintenance of my hair and my freeform lock journey, the growth of myself, you know, as physically, as a woman, as I get older and develop through days, weeks, months, years, all right? Also the development of my realized purpose as I grow in my faith walk, and the development of my passions and my artistry as I continue to grow in my walk of life too, right? Also like just knowledge and learning and wisdom, right? The growth of those things also over a course of time, right? I really want to truly genuinely document that and see where it goes. Yeah, this really more for me than it is for anybody. So real selfish reasons in a sense, I guess. But yeah, that's the goal. That's really the goal of this. So what I did was I wrote down some video questions for myself that I feel like I want to consistently come back and answer whenever I do a video, whenever that is, right? So the first question is, what is today's date? And so today is Thursday, March 2nd, 2023. I don't know the time, but it's Thursday, March 2nd, 2023. That's the day. Mark it, stamp it, seal it, important date, right? The next question is, how are you feeling? So lately I've been feeling like I'm just in this kind of limbo state, like a limbo, where it's like, I don't feel bad, but I know I can feel great, right? And I feel like a lot of that feeling has to come with alignment with God, right? Alignment with God in terms of like just spending more intimate time, spending more intentional time. And you can infer by what I'm saying that I feel like I should be spending more time with God. So right now I just feel like I'm in a bit of a limbo, and maybe even a little lost or confused on my purpose and what I am here in this exact space to do. Like, what calling am I supposed to answer to be impactful where I'm at? Yeah. And so the next question I wrote down was, what has been on my mind as a recent? And so on my mind as a recent, the biggest thing that has been in my mind, honestly, is God. God takes up a lot of my mind. Just wanted to understand him a bit more. Not a bit more, but understand him more. And then also, like, I wonder why I do things the way that I do. Like, I wonder why I can be so good and on track with God one day, and then it feels like I'm backpedaling or backtracking the next day. Like, I feel like I can do complete 180s, right? I feel like I can do complete 180s. So I think about that a lot. I think about my faith walk and where I'm at spiritually often. And I also think about the future. And I think about what are the things that I'm doing right now that are going to lead me to where I want to be, right? I think about those things. And kind of in contingency, not in contingency, but kind of in tandem with that, I think of how I feel like I should be doing more. Like, I feel like I should be doing more to be in a certain position that I want to be in. But then in the same boat, like, I haven't thought so far ahead to envision what I want to happen in my life, right? And then who's to say, like, God even like ordains whatever it is that I want to do right now. Like, God may have a completely different plan for me, and that's something that I pray and I hope is revealed to me as I move forward, and I keep getting up, keep trying to get closer, So that's where I am right now with that. That's what's been on my mind recently. The next question is, who is God to you currently? Great question, right? God currently, I just recently started calling God Abba, Father, Papa. I call him Daddy sometimes too. Um, but God is my dad. God is my dad. But it's interesting. It's an interesting relationship because, like, for me on earth, I have a very, like, off-putting relationship with my earthly father. So, so it's like when I call God my dad, I don't think I personally understand the real, like, depth of that, what it means to have, like, a father. Though I have one, like, I don't think, like, that proper relationship of father to daughter is, like, genuinely reflected in my life. So, like, God is my father, but I feel like bit of a a bit of a stepchild in a sense. And it's not that God treats me like a stepchild. I just don't feel like necessarily close all the time on my end, right? So that's how I feel. Like, God currently to me is kind of like this mysterious this mysterious guy who I know is my dad, but I need to, like, take more of an initiative to learn a little bit more, ask more questions, talk more. So yeah, that's that. And then the next question is, how has God been showing up in your life? And man, like, God shows up in a lot of ways. And recently, like, the biggest way that he's been showing up for me is, like, he takes me back to a lot of things that I experienced in the past year of my life. And he really shows me, like, where I am now. Like, recently, I've gotten more dreams than I typically have ever gotten in life, really. Um, Also, a lot of memories come back to my mind a lot easier than ever in my life. And then another thing is, like, I've been journaling for, like, almost 2 years now. So I have this journal and, like, two other journals. And like, my journals cover, like, dates from last year that I'm existing in now. And it's crazy because, like, some things that I do, like, some things I do on a certain day are also some things I've done on a certain day last year, right? So he's kind of just been showing me how, like, certain habits that I had are certain habits that I still have, or certain things that come up in my life are, like, similar themes that have happened the same time 365 days ago. Like, he shows up in that way, which is, like, is very unique to me, I feel like. Then also another way that he just shows up is just, like, in words. Like, if I'm looking for a sermon on YouTube, or I'm looking for, like, I need something, I need a word in my Bible, like, he always shows up. He always shows up with something that is relevant to where I'm at right now in life, you know? And then, like, another way that I can say, like, he definitely shows up is, like, the people he has me in connection with. Like, I never really was the greatest with, like, fostering connections or facilitating bonds with people, but, like, God has really been showing up in, like, the people that I'm meeting. Or as I get deeper in my word and I do grow more confident in, like, you know, just being out and open and bold about God, right? He keeps putting these people in my life that, like, love him, you know, and then show me love off of that, right? So that's another way that I feel like he shows up in my life. And so even though I'm so confused about what I'm doing and where I'm at in life, right? He's still showing up in all these ways. So like for me, I feel like it can be a lot of pressure on me in terms of like, okay, I really got to get in my word. I really got to like spend more intimate time because like you are showing up. You are showing up consistently and I see it. But I have to show up consistently also to understand and get the wisdom of it, right? So I feel like these are good questions. I don't know about you, but I feel like these are good. And then the last question was, what inspires you right now? And what inspires me right now is just people that are like just vulnerable with how they move and how they talk, people that are just free, right? Like I go to this church, I go to this Baptist church, and it's a lot of young men at this church. But when they worship, right, I really admire and I'm really inspired by how they worship because like they're really praising, they're really lost in God. You know, they don't care about anybody around them and they're just praying. They bow down, they put their foreheads on the ground, right? They scream God's name, right? Like they yell praises up to God. And that really inspires me because like for me, I show up and like I'm kind of I'm kind of like reclusive, like inside of myself, in my head, in my thoughts, in what somebody else is going to think, right? I also admire people that are just bold in sharing God's word. I admire people that are confident in their art, right? And step out on just faith and just boldness and promote themselves and support themselves and bet on themselves and grind for themselves without like needing that validation or that support, right? Like, or people that post like and promote their music or you know their poetry, whatever have you, like that really inspires me because like that takes a lot. I feel like that takes a lot of courage, especially in this age of like social media where you have a lot of eyes or you have a lot of scrutiny over your work. Like I feel like that can do a number mentally, you know what I'm saying? So like just that boldness, people that operate in that boldness and that confidence and like don't allow self-doubt to interfere with like their goal and their vision, like that is what I admire, you know? That's what I admire currently in life, and I'm in a space right now where I want to step out on those things. I want to step out in that, and I want to do that, you know? I want to step out and do those things. And so this is another one of those reasons as to why I'm doing this. And I don't know if this helps anybody or if anybody's even going to see this, but you know, if you do, I hope that you can ask yourself these same questions and really just have that conversation with yourself because it helped me. so yeah, that's about it. See you soon. Stay tuned. I look forward to seeing you grow. Peace.